Mr. President and Vice-Chancellor, as public orator, may I present Jimmy Mayer, a candidate for an honorary degree. You have not lived today until you have done something for someone who can never repay you. These words, attributed to John Bunyan, might be Jimmy Mayer's motto. He is an immensely successful businessman who is not satisfied with accumulating wealth, but has committed himself to using it for the benefit of others. Jimmy was brought up in Barranquilla, a port in Colombia. His parents were not particularly wealthy, but they were determined to ensure Jimmy's education would allow him to make the most of his talents. As a result, he went to an English-speaking school and then spent 4 years of his secondary education in Israel. He showed a keen interest in science from an early age. This was reflected in a critical decision to attend one of the world's best universities, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, in Boston, where he started on a chemistry course but switched to physics. His experiences and the enduring friendships he made there were influential in the development of his business career, as we shall see. When he graduated in 1958, Jimmy and one of his friends, Jim Simons, rode from Boston to Bogota by bike, motorbikes that is. Later, Jim invested in Jimmy's early business enterprises. For a time, Jimmy worked with his father in a cardboard packaging factory in Barranquilla, but in 1963 he was reunited with another old MIT friend, Edmundo Eskenazi. Jimmy had been struck by the quality of the flooring in the dorms at MIT, and he convinced Edmundo to join him in setting up a factory making vinyl flooring and related products. Both borrowed money for the initiative, Jimmy assisted by $50,000 from his uncle. This was the first step on the path which has made Jimmy Mayer a leading Colombian manufacturing entrepreneur, breaking new ground in the plastics and petrochemicals industries. In addition to the flooring businesses, Jimmy and Edmundo founded a holding company, Inversoniers Sanford, which grew to have a controlling interest in 16 different undertakings. The group's sales at their peak rose to over $1.5 billion a year, and even after some assets were sold or reinvested, it still has annual sales of more than $600 million. Though he's no longer engaged in day-to-day management, Jimmy remains a lead partner in the group, very much involved in strategic decisions, and serves on the boards of a wide range of other manufacturers. It has given him great satisfaction to provide gainful employment to thousands of people. Jimmy loves the music of Bach and playing golf, but he admits he likes his work most of all. And it is a particular pleasure that his business success has enabled him to help others. Colombia is not the poorest country in the world, but it's far from being the richest. It ranks 90th in the world for gross domestic product per capita. About 28% of the population live on less than £4.40 a day. Inevitably, some vital services, like education, are inadequately funded. With his lifelong business partner, Edmundo, and others, Jimmy set up the Genesis Foundation, a charity registered in Colombia and the USA, with the objective of creating a more inclusive society for Colombian children through early childhood stimulation. The foundation reaches more than 70,000 children and their families, and does so with the full support of the government. Of course, Jimmy recognized that the need for effective stimulation in early childhood is not confined to Colombia. He has underwritten production of a documentary showing the scientific evidence, drawing on experiences from all around the world. Take the opportunity to watch Brain Matters, which is readily available on YouTube. More recently, and with the encouragement of his wife, Becky, and family, Jimmy has turned his attention to medical research, in particular to a relatively rare condition known as IgA nephropathy, which causes damage to the kidneys. Its origins are little understood, there is no reliable treatment, and it affects one member of Jimmy's family. With the combination of curiosity and determination which has made him successful, Jimmy discovered that scientists here at Leicester were actively engaged in researching IgA. He came to visit, liked what he saw, and made an initial gift of £500,000. He did this without complicated conditions, trusting the individuals he met and believing in their potential. On a return visit, the same friendly and perceptive approach was evident. Jimmy inspected the research team's laboratory, speaking to students as well as the lead scientists, and concluded that serious investment in their work was called for. His remarkably generous gift of £2.7 million, at that time the largest single donation the university had ever received, has given the team, led by Professor John Barrett, state-of-the-art laboratories and equipment, as well as security of funding, which is vital to the sustained progress of any medical research. His donation also attracted matching contributions from Kidney Research UK and has helped to establish an international registry of patients for studies in rare kidney diseases, which benefit kidney research worldwide. Since then, Jimmy has committed a further £1 million in support of the programme. He continues to take a keen interest in the work, and that friendly, well-informed interest is greatly appreciated by the team. From the Middle Ages onwards, universities have depended on the generosity of prosperous men and women who share their vision, as did our founders and benefactors here 100 years ago. The University of Leicester is indeed fortunate to have found another such friend now, who is prepared to show his faith in our work and to ensure that it succeeds. St. Paul wrote, "God loves a cheerful giver." What distinguishes Jimmy Mayer from some other major philanthropists is the genuine pleasure he takes in giving and in seeing his generosity doing real and lasting good. Mr. President and Vice-Chancellor, on the recommendation of the Senate and the Council, I present Isaac Jimmy Mayer that you may confer on him the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws.
Good afternoon. I have to confess that when I was told that I was meant to say a few words, I got very nervous. And I also suspect that you also all want to go home as soon as possible, so I will be brief. And to begin with, I am at a bit of a loss as to how to address this congregation. Gender identity seems to have become such a delicate issue, especially in America, that I tremble at the thought of offending anyone. So my best shot is to simply say, good afternoon, faculty, alumni, and friends. To be perfectly honest, I feel a bit sheepish about receiving this honor. In my own mind, just writing a check does not justify it. Certainly not in comparison to the long hours and hard work that most of you have put in to receive your degrees. Nevertheless, I am indeed humbled and grateful for this honor. The story of why and how I came to make an important donation to the work, you've all heard, and it's all written out. So I won't bore you with that part. But I do suspect that many of you here present are looking to me for some guidance to success, some magic formula that will assure that success. Well, I hate to disappoint you. There is none. There is no substitute for hard work and perseverance. Throughout my own life, I have strived not for success, but for achievement. And in pursuit of achievement, I have adhered to three basic principles: honesty, integrity, and respect for others. It has served me well. And yes, there is one other very important ingredient, and it's passion. Passion for your work, passion for your family, passion for your community. Without passion, any activity will be a bit of a bore. That is the passion that I discovered in Professor Barat, Catherine Molyneux, and their colleagues. A passion that transcends any consideration of monetary gain. That passion is what ultimately convinced me to contribute to the cause. My personal satisfaction is that the laboratory to which I have contributed is now considered to be one of the world premier centers for research on IgA nephropathy. It is squarely on the map. I want to assure the university that as long as this lab continues to do the kind of quality research that it has so far done, they are assured of my support. To those graduating today, I wish the best of luck in your future endeavors. Thank you for the honor you have chosen to bestow on me.